Hello, all my loves. How's everybody doing? And say hi to everyone that's here a little bit early. Raven, see, you're not blocked. You can chat. Philip, how are you? Are you recovering? How have you been feeling, darling? I've been meaning to give you a call. Hi, Papa. Tell Holly she's welcome. I spent part of today on the phone with her and Candy and reading through the letters the insurance company sent me since, I take care of my papa. Let's see. Don't want to miss anybody. Hey, Papa, don't worry about being melancholy. I'm drunk. Yeah, I'm drunk at this point, so oh well. Parson, I haven't seen you in forever. How are you, darling? How are you, Parson? What are all my loves up to? What are you guys all up to? Give it a little bit, and then I'll cover some of the trial stuff. Okay, Philip, I will check. Thank you very much. It will go directly to the Beastie Fund, as you know. Um, I've had my hands full with my new job, email wise and work wise. Parson, I have. I streamed out a week and a half ago. Um, my new job, they like to keep me busy. I've tried to stream more, and I'm going to be streaming more. I promise. I promise. I promise. Um, but I have had my hands full between um DUI forklifts, people doing silly things. Um we had a pedestrian struck by a forklift the other day. So I've been a little bit busy just trying to get everybody square. GMK, how are you, dear? How are you? Your daughter's going to Israel next month for work. It's the first time you've felt afraid about going there. GMK, I don't know where she's going. I am going to assume probably Tel Aviv or Eilat. I don't know where in Israel she's going. But the lovely GMK law. Um, do you have family over there, or does she have people other than just her coworkers there? You'll have to let me know. I just talked to my cousins this morning, and the ones that are in Tel Aviv said it's kind of business as usual, unless you are close to the Gaza. Um, that they haven't really had many issues. I know Eilat has been pretty chill. My cousins in Tel Aviv and Tel Mond and have all been good. Your sister and her kids live there. Okay, if GMK, if she needs something and your sister and her kids can't help your daughter or whatever, reach out and I can give her the phone numbers of other family members that I have there. If for some reason she needs another family contact over there, I will gladly make sure that someone gets a hold of her or gets her what she needs. But yeah, my cousins that are in Tel Aviv, hey Anubis, my cousins that are in Tel Aviv said it's fine. They said it's kind of returned to business as usual. Unless you're in the Gaza near the Raqqa gates, unless you are intentionally in the conflict areas or near them, it hasn't been much of an issue. The occasional air raid siren, but kind of business as usual. How are you, Anubis? I've missed you. I've missed everybody. Yeah, Papa. I've spent part of my day on the phone with the insurance and the state over you. So I'll have to talk to you about that tomorrow. Or later tonight, depends. But I'm drunk. So I'm going to kind of give the 10,000-foot overview of what I've noticed about the case. The lovely Rust case. Yes, there's sarcasm in there. And then on Sunday, no, not Sunday. Yeah, Sunday I'll be on a plane to California. So Sunday, either on my layover, I'll stream about the trial, and some of Saturday, I will stream about the trial. More when I'm not intoxicated, but today sucked. So I started drinking early. And ever since my kidney and liver failure stuff, I haven't really had much alcohol, but I did get permission to have a few today, so that's where that stands. And then the lovely, the wonderful, the amazing Boom was here for dinner as she is most nights, making fun of me drinking. But, hey, life is life at this point. So, is there anything else you guys would like to cover other than Rust this evening? Anything that does not involve really, really deep analysis, because whiskey. Lots of whiskey. In the words of Homer Simpson, I have lived today because let's all drink till we can't feel feelings anymore. I went with the Homer Simpson method. Raven, there is I've been referring to my background when you guys can see my china cabinet, what's supposed to be a china cabinet, but let's all just keep it 100. Half of it's full of my whiskey collection. The other half of it is my Starbucks cups collection. So we're just going to call it like we see it there. We're just going to keep that one 100. Whiskey. And GMK banning firearms. What aspect, darling? Specific state, specific rule. You tell me, we can cover it. But yes, the emotional support whiskey and Starbucks cabinet. Get some use today. Because, yeah, adulting and I don't get along right now. So let's see. Let's figure out which firearms GMK is talking about us banning. Let's look. Are we? Let's see. I see a Michigan ban. I see a Supreme Court examination looking at repealing the bump stock. Is it one of those two? The bump stock. I see the bump stock revisit. I see Michigan trying to remove open carry. I know where you live, GMK, so I'm trying to see if there's one closer to you. Let's see. Henrico County banning firearms. That's healthy. Let's see. What's Henrico County doing that's stupid? Sounds about right. Let's see if I can find. Let me look for this for you. Are we talking Illinois gun ban? Or the California one. Let's look. Let's see what you have to say. Lovely GMK, darling. Let's see. Hey, Croc. You're trolling, although you're way on the left on firearms. So I gotta say, GMK, I don't mind that you're way on the left with firearms. I quite honestly, no big shock, I'm a firearms expert, so I like my firearms, but I respect anybody's opinion on firearms. If you don't like them, as long as you give a cogent argument, and I know you are more than capable of that, darling, then I am happy for you because in this country, we get to make decisions and have free will, unlike certain other countries. And I enjoy respectful discourse because that's the only way things get accomplished when we talk like adults. So I love having you and people like you in my community. So that being said, let's cover some of this stuff. Okay, so we're gonna cover a little bit of Rust. I will pull some of the clips that Runkle and Emily have had, and I'll try to find a couple other clips. So far, the trial really hasn't been much. Hey, Caroline. So far, the trial hasn't been a ton. The first day and a half were marking exhibits, which was annoying and boring and tedious. Here's the thing. I don't know how many times I have to say, please stop dragging OSHA into this the way you are. Because I don't think you really know how it works, and I don't think what you're saying means what you think it does. So, for the 88th time, for all of you that have been here, and no, we as OSHA do not regulate individual people, we regulate a company. I, as an OSHA inspector, cannot go into a company, look at the stupid that your employee did, turn towards you and say that employee is the one that's guilty, that employee did it, or it is that employee's fault. So the fact that part of this trial, everybody's sitting here going, but OSHA didn't find her liable. Yeah, for the people in the back. As OSHA, we govern the employer. We can only say the employer's liable. We could care less who in the company did it. It all falls back on the employer. And if you'd like to say, well, the employer has rules in place, it's not my fault the employee did the stupid, it is, because that means you were not enforcing your rules, for one. And for two, yeah, you probably weren't doing a great job enforcing things. So we do not ever go after individuals or fault. We are a regulatory body, not a criminal body. So we can't charge you with jack. We can cite you because we're regulatory. But again, for the people in the back, please stop trying to drag OSHA into this trial the way you think you can, because that's not going to work. Now, what part of OSHA is going to work for this trial? The fact that it was an absolutely horrifically unsafe movie set. And if anybody's liable, and when I say liable, criminal liability is different from OSHA liability. Criminal liability is why they're able to take people to court for negligent homicide in this case. But I can tell you there's a reason they got $130-something thousand willful violation fine. And that would be because, the absolute bare minimum thing you have to do as an employer on a movie where there's firearms on set is staple the firearms best practices to the daily call sheet. And their safety coordinator couldn't even be bothered to do that. And so if you can't be bothered to staple two pieces of paper together, Yeah, y'all are gonna get what you got. Cause stupid. So, GMK, you like firearms? You believe they cause more harm than good? You're willing to ban or highly regulate them? Okay. Let's see. Even if true, which you don't believe, they still cause more harm than good. Yeah, we find the ever living bejesus out of people, and you don't fear them. Here's the thing: I love firearms, GMK. I don't think they do more harm than good in my personal experience, but I think where we lose this discussion about more harm than good or this or that, I think in general, the issue with firearms and harm and crime does not inherently fall back on the firearms or the fact that people have access to or use the firearms. The issue is people are stupid. We don't fund mental health the way we should. And some people just don't care or value human life. The reality is, the majority of shootings, a gun is not legally obtained. In the very few cases where a gun was legally obtained, i.e., the shooting at the church, at the mega church in Texas, where the person bought the firearm, it's because they lie on the ATF form. And they just didn't get caught lying. So they shouldn't have had one. On top of it, it doesn't matter if a firearm is legal or illegal. Even if there was a complete firearms ban and they were illegal, people would still get shot. Because if you're willing to murder somebody, you don't care whether the gun you're doing the illegal thing with is legal. GMK, I didn't imply you have a mental issue with your belief. Wait, did I? I don't. I in no way, GMK, think you have a mental issue because of your belief. All I'm saying is the people that do the crime with them already don't give a crap about human life, so they're going to take a life regardless of how they do it. Laws are intended to reduce harm, not eliminate it. That argument doesn't work. It does, because I've lived in countries that have really, really strict laws, and it doesn't reduce the harm. I've looked at and many studies, and I have taught all over the world, and I have friends all over the world involved in law enforcement and firearms and all of that. And when I was competing, I competed in other countries. Even if they have a complete firearms ban, then the level of violence and crime with a sharp-edged weapon goes way through the roof. And if you look at countries like Japan, you'll see. So, hey, Mr. Fox. Oh, Caroline did. Okay, we're not gonna, here's the thing, guys. A, I'm drunk. But B, GMK has a right to not be a fan of firearms, and that's not a psychiatric thing. And I'm going to state right now that like I said before, I enjoy discourse about topics, so we're not going to make accusations or name call. Okay, cool. So, Caroline, we're not going to... It's not a psychiatric issue to fear that which is not statistically a problem. I'm not sure how you're getting to that statement, but fearing firearms is valid. What I am saying is, and I don't think GMK fears firearms, the people that you should fear when they have firearms are just going to obtain them illegally. Look at the knife stuff in Japan. Surprisingly, out of GMK, I didn't say you feared anything, but and GMK, as I'm sure you know, being that your sister lives there, Israel actually has some really strict firearm laws. If you're not military in Israel, it's real hard to have a gun. They have some strict firearms laws. But, I worked a school shooting and I worked a school stabbing, and the stabbing was more of a problem because it almost would have been better to have a firearm. He was able to harm as many people as he did it because it was silent. There was no noise. So he was able to stab people. Like, the bottom line to all of this, the people you fear with firearms, yeah. So, Caroline, in that regard, yeah. The problem is, if you're willing to take a life, you don't care. Well, yeah, Croc, I know police carry. What I'm saying is, if you don't give a shit about human life and you're going to go kill people, Japan, you're going to do it with a knife. You don't care that the police have a gun. Israel, you're going to go, like, it doesn't matter. If you don't care about if you don't care about life and you're willing to take a life which is illegal everywhere, then you're going to find another way. Yeah, knives are dangerous, and you say not nearly as dangerous as firearms. In the right hands, they can be more dangerous, as can be ricin. And I can make ricin or many, many other bad things with things I find around a house. It doesn't have to do with firearms. The reality is not firearms being good or bad, or the regulation of firearms being good or bad. The problem is there's absolutely no way that you will ever eradicate firearms. They will smuggle them in, get them on the black market, whatever, and then that leaves you in a situation where the bad guys with the firearms have a leg up on everybody else. No, Papa, Israel did not loosen the restrictions. People wanted it, but they did not. The restrictions in Israel are fairly rigid. A car is more dangerous than a firearm? Yeah. And my 6-year-old being pissed off is more dangerous with a shoe than some people than some people would be with a firearm. I'm just saying. Yes, I know the person that shot Shinzo Abe made a primitive firearm. It was a wannabe zip gun. So, let's make a zip gun. Why not? I mean, hell, just go buy some castor seeds. We can make ricin. Hey, Texas Mama Bear. Let's just go and make ricin. I mean, like, hey, why not? Oh, Croc, I know it still worked. I'm just saying. It was a wannabe zip gun. It just wasn't. I'm not saying it didn't work. I'm saying they did a really crappy job, and I know small people that could do a better job making zip guns. You don't worry about knives in Japan when the katana in the hands are far, far more dangerous. Okay. I, again, am more concerned for somebody's safety if you have my small person in your house. I learned a valuable lesson this week. A size 12 kid's little girl pink sneaker is capable, in the right hands, of traveling 20 yards and almost knocking their sibling unconscious. So, I mean, what can I say? I learned that one this week. E. Caroline, I know you don't have to get fancy to get chemical nasty. Mix bleach and ammonia, chlorine gas. Yeah, there's a lot. Read any OSHA manual. Caroline, I literally am an OSHA expert and I teach it. I'm also on a hazmat team. That's my world. Yeah, Papa, but not trying. She did. He said something that pissed her off, so she took off her pink sneaker and threw it like a football. And I will say, I learned a valuable lesson. Little pink sneakers, you can get them to spiral just like a football. You get a nice tight spiral, goes about 20 yards, and you can beat your brother with it. Didn't hit my walls, didn't hit anything else. Great aim. Entire length of the house, and yeah, right to the back of the head. So, as Boom fell over laughing, as I'm screaming, we don't throw our shoe like a football at our brother. Nah. Boom was here the other day watching them and called me to tell me that she had to yell, "We don't shank our brother with a pencil." I mean, okay. Yeah, no, I wasn't worried about the frisbee. She got the shoe. She took her sneaker off and hit him with it. What are we doing? Please stop throwing things. You were a Deadeye with a BB gun? Mr. Fox, she can knock him out with a shoe. I'm not giving her a BB gun. I'm not stupid. A pencil in John Wick's hand is deadly. Raven, a pencil in many people's hands would be deadly. But it was like circus music because Minnie was running away from Micro, who had a pencil that was sharpened and was going after him, and Aunt Boom was chasing the two of them, trying to disarm Micro. Attempting to disarm Micro and prevent her from shanking her brother with a pencil. I'm still not sure what led up to that, but meh. So, yeah, on the topic of wrestling, I'm waiting for, I think it's supposed to be tomorrow or Monday when we actually get to hear like the worst workplace safety stuff. All they're going through right now is, the firearms evidence, and it's nothing new. It's the same firearms evidence I covered when this whole thing started. There's no reason to have the shot the way you had it. You can't make things fire the way you claim it happened. It's a whole bunch of stupid so far. Rights are rationally fearful. Many on the program so are. There's not. Yeah, I mean, GMK teaches own. I like mine, but whatever. Micro's gonna grow up to be John Wick. I don't know, person. All I know is Boom had a really hard time disarming her of a pencil. And listening, I walked through the door and Boom goes, "Oh, thank God you're home," because, like, I'm not sure how you do this daily, but she won't stop trying to stab her brother with a pencil. Okay. Person, I have a picture somewhere. She had a baseball bat over her shoulder and a flower tucked behind her ear, and was wearing a dress, and so she looked like a very girly girl version of Negan from The Walking Dead. It was great. Carla's still pissed over us. There's 7 layers of standard do this that they didn't do. Yeah, Papa, there's a lot, and that's not even it. Okay, the bare minimum is staple papers together. We didn't do this. You don't tell the person handling the guns that you don't have any more time and therefore you're not allowed to train them, and in the same text message yell at them for not logging ammo in and out, and then in the next sentence say, but you're spending too much time with the guns. So, yeah. There was a lot of stupid. Raven, a piece of paper can be dangerous in the right hands. Yeah. Raven, anything can. Again, pink sneaker. Brand new deck of playing cards. Oh, yeah, Mr. Fox, they could be. She routinely tries to find, like, new and creative uses for things. And I spend lots of time trying to make sure her sibling survives. So, yeah, but yes, I would go more into Rust or, like, super intelligent things, but I'm drunk. You know why? I'm drunk because it's okay to use racial slurs against my kid. I'm drunk because it's okay to argue that my kid missing school because they're sick is somehow harmful. I'm drunk because people are pissing me off, arguing with me over my beloved papa. What else did I drink for today? Oh, yeah, the people that I'm biologically related to that used to be called my siblings, they are about as useless as tits on a bowl. And epitomize white trash with money. So, what can I say? Watching you, I haven't seen you in forever. How are you, my darling? How are you? I have missed you. How is everything going? She joined the Civil Air Patrol? That is cool. Yay. Yeah, watching you, like, people are useless today. It has been a day. It has been a day. You're good, GMK. GMK, you are golden. No, you can hijack it. I know you're trolling. You're ready for Rust. I'm like I said, you get an overarching. This is stupid so far with Rust, but I've had way too much alcohol to give much more in-depth information. Yeah, I it has been a week. I had a pedestrian struck by a forklift that ended up necessitating a whole lot of work on my behalf. Yeah, it was special. And GMK, you can hijack my stream anytime, you know that. GMK, you know where my line is. You good. And I know, just like the other chat, the bartender's going to fight the chat. This bartender is too drunk to fight the chat. So, meh. Because I just don't like people right now. So there's that. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I've the amount of time that I spent going, you did what with what? No, please stop. Just all of the no. Please stop with the stupid. And if anybody really wants to listen to me lose my mind, that'll be next week, Tuesday or Wednesday, because I have to go to California and deal with anhydrous ammonia. And anhydrous ammonia, also known as methyl ethyl bad shit, is just, in a state like California, is a giant pain. So that. Methyl ethyl bad shit. Mr. Fox, what makes you sad? Mr. Fox, my darling, what makes you sad? That's very deadly. Methyl ethyl bad shit? Yeah. Anhydrous ammonia, very deadly. The problem is the state of California does not, it is nasty stuff. Oh yeah, don't Papa. Don't worry, Papa. I'll get that. Um, so the issue I had to deal with is the state of California has what they call a refrigeration registry, and if you have refrigeration equipment, you have to register and do all the stuff. But they ban most Freon. Oh no, 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 Mr. Fox, I like you. You guys aren't peoples, you're beasties. Those are different, okay? Just for the people in the back, and I love you, Mr. Fox. The beasties are beasties. People are stupid and I don't like people. You guys are beasties. There's a difference. You'd rather be dosed with that than ever go to California. Yeah, well, watching you, not only do I get to play with anhydrous ammonia, I get to do it in California. Right there. You have to register to be cool. Yeah, pretty much. So the big refrigeration units out there, you can't charge with Freon because they have a high GWR rating. And if you don't deal with California, that would be the global warming rating. So instead, they think a 19% anhydrous ammonia solution is better. But if you lived in Indiana about 6 months ago, you'd know that 40 people got messed up when there was an anhydrous ammonia leak. So I have to deal with like 200 employees in a facility. 90 of them, percent of them do not speak much English, and try to explain how dangerous anhydrous ammonia really is. So this is going to be an interesting 2 days. And then, guys, are you? I know he's still here somewhere. He better be. Croc, where are you? I know you're here. Answer me. Yeah, Papa, we had forklift rodeos. Pedestrians struck. Okay, there's Croc. Croc is in the chat. So everybody, the world is going to end like on the 12th of March. I'm going to be with Croc. I am flying to Washington. I get to see Croc in person. Ha! It shall be interesting. Yeah, GMK, California has too much in the way of regulation. Many states don't have enough. When you want to look at like the OSHA environmental world and all of that stuff, GMK, California has like the dumbest standards. Because I'm sorry, if you look at the global warming rating of anhydrous ammonia versus freon versus this versus that, you have to look at your trade-off. And yeah, you get a lower global warming ratio, but a release of anhydrous ammonia right outside of LA is going to be problematic. As is me trying to not go crazy. But you know, the funny thing is, at least the person traveling with me is Dominican, and he's gonna have to translate into Spanish. Lucky you, Croc. Yeah, Mr. Fox, Croc has to deal with me in person. Yeah, like GMK, like I'll take global warming over anhydrous ammonia. Like why? We get an anhydrous ammonia leak, everybody dies. So no. No. But why not? Yeah. It has been a long day. It has been a long year already. It's been interesting. It has. It has. But not to cut this short, there's a small person standing here that needs mom. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Love you all. If I've missed you all, and I promise I'll be back far more. It's just been an interesting long day. I'll talk to y'all later. Love you all. Be safe.